Hello, YouTube. My name is Mike Nickel. I'm the founder and CEO of Pennies Grow. Today, we are talking about what it takes to win with money. You want to win with money? Do you truly want to win with money? So there's 5 major keys to winning with money, what you need to do. Today, we're going to discuss one of them, and that is getting on a written budget. You have to get on a written budget. So there's 7 areas of categories actually that you need to set goals in. And those 7 categories are physical, financial, social, intellectual, career, family, and spiritual. So these are the 7 categories, and we're just going to simply dive into financial. So back to getting on that written budget. It is critically, ungodly important to write down your, and I use a zero-based budget. So this simply means that you spend every dollar on paper before you actually spend it out of your account. So let's take a good round number. Let's say you make $1,000 every 2 weeks. So that's what you net. So on paper, you're going to write $1,000. You're going to break it down into different categories, and at the end of that paper, you're going to deduct those categories from what you're going to bring home for that 2-week period, and the total balance needs to equal 0. That is a zero-based budget. Your goal is to come up with 0, which means that you have spent everything on paper, which is a good thing. So the goal of this is that you're not looking back saying, "Where's my money? Where did it go?" You're looking forward, and you actually know in advance where each dollar is going to go to. So you're assigning each dollar a name. So again, it's December 28th. It is, you spent a little bit too much for Christmas. You're broke. You need goals in your life, okay? So in order for these goals to work, in order for all the goals, for all the categories to work, they need to be what is called S.M.A.R.T goals. So that is an acronym, and the first letter of that is obviously S, and S stands for specific. So your goals need to be very specific. So you want to save more money in this new year. You want to have $12,000 additional dollars in your bank account, hypothetically. So with that being said, you need to have a specific goal. That number is 12,000. Okay? Now the next acronym is measurable. So you need to be able to measure that. When your goal for December 2018 is to have $12,000 additional dollars, you have 12 months to get to that goal. So math starts calculating. You need to save $1,000 each month. So the next acronym is attainable. So you need to make sure that your goal is attainable. So if you say, okay, man, I need to save an additional $1,000 a month. Where am I going to get this money? But I know it's attainable. Start leveraging those tools. Start saying, okay, well, I can get a second job. Maybe I can start investing in cryptocurrency. Google and everybody's investing into XRP. So invest in XRP might be a good idea. You may want to open your own business, whatever it is. Cut back on eating out, cut back on going out, partying, whatever you need to do to make this goal attainable. So the next acronym is going to be R, which is relevant. So make sure that this goal is relevant to you, whether it is doing a written budget, whether it is saving the additional $12,000 this year. It needs to be relevant. So why do you want to, what are you going to do with the additional $12,000? Why is it relevant to you? Anybody and everybody can use extra cash in the bank account. It can go towards large purchases. It can go towards down payment on a home. It could be part of your emergency fund. So it's very critical to always have additional money. Additional money in the bank never hurts, right? So, and the last acronym is T, and this means a time limit. So do you want to save that additional $12,000 by 2019 or 2020. You need to have a very specific time limit, because if you simply say, okay, you want to save an additional $12,000, this is not telling yourself, it's not putting a time limit on it, and the goal could never get accomplished. There's a good possibility of that. So make sure that you put a time limit on all of your goals. The first most important thing that I think people can do to win with money is creating a written budget. So in this written budget, there's a time limit. When I get paid, at the morning that I've gotten paid, I create a written budget. I make sure that I do not spend a single penny in my bank account until I've created a written budget. So that is critical for me, and that's how I've consistently increased my bank account and my savings account and all my investments. So I think that that's something that you can definitely look forward to doing, and I will be creating a video on that. So stay tuned. All right. So just to recap, make sure you set goals in really all the 7 categories of 7 areas of life of what you need to get better at. And additionally, make sure you get that written budget down, and make sure your goals are SMART. Okay, make sure they're specific, make sure they're measurable, make sure they're attainable, make sure they're relevant, and lastly, make sure you put a time limit on them. Okay, wishing you all the best in 2018 here from penniesgrow.com. All right, check me out, subscribe, hit the subscribe button if you like the content, and I will be sure to upload several more videos, and I look forward to making your pennies grow.